The panoramic front window has been around for so long that it almost seems old hat in the caravanning world. Yet until now, Lunar has refused to fit them to its vans, citing the loss of storage space in the lounge as the main reason. Instead, it's gone down the path of the full-length sky view roof light, which is a lovely thing. But this is the 2017 Lunar Lexon, and as you can see, it has a panoramic front window. And what a difference it makes. Doesn't it look a lot more modern? It still has quite a bluff front, but that sweep of black up into the roof with those new graphics really give it a much sharper look. This is a mid-level van, priced to compete with the likes of the Swift Challenger, so there's a decent equipment level. It's got Alco ATC and an AKS hitch stabiliser, it's got alloy wheels and an external satellite point and 230 volt socket. It doesn't have a gas barbecue point, however, but it's still a pretty well equipped van, and a pretty good looking one too. I rather like those stylish new graphics, and I like the fact that there's external access underneath the bed boxes. And not to mention that, on the offside here, you'll find all of the surfaces, even the fridge vents, so there'll be nothing cluttering up your awning. The Lexon range has also had a bit of rationalisation for 2017. Gone are the family-friendly 580, which is a shame, I did like that one, and the twin-axle 640. But popular layouts such as this 560 with its transverse island bed are carrying on. And you can see why this one's popular. This bedroom area really is very spacious, uncommonly so, because there's been no attempt to put in a dressing table. Instead, we've just got a TV mount on the wall with all the relevant sockets and this rather smart shelf over the window. I really like the fact that they've bothered to put a mirror with the padded surround and downlighters on this end wall here. It really can look very dull as just a blank expanse of wood. And there's plenty of room to get around the foot of the bed when it's retracted in day mode. To get it into night mode, you simply pull it out and flip over the cushion at the top. And if that bed's not long enough for you, the great news is you can buy an infill piece that stretches it to a whopping 6 feet 4 inches long. Underneath there's a huge amount of storage, and if you want any more, well, you've got a wardrobe on either side, more generous on the forward end, with a drawer underneath and a cupboard. There are 2 overhead lockers, and each of you gets your own reading light and shelf, plus a rather nice padded headboard. It would have been nicer had there been a little bit more light in here. This overhead roof light is a little bit on the small side, but otherwise it's really very little to quibble with. Through the sliding door, there's a lovely well-lit bathroom, thanks to an overhead roof light and a smoked window behind the toilet. It should be just as well lit at night too, thanks to a main light, a shower light and a backlit mirror. There are 2 bathroom cabinets in here, plus a rather smart bowl sink with a pop-up plug. The shower itself is fully lined with a contrasting grey riser and useful shelves. The Lunar's kitchen has had a makeover too. We've got this rather smart white gloss cupboards which look really bright and fresh, although it's a shame they don't quite match the white of the switches and sockets. There's a new splashback too, which gives a much more modern feel. Otherwise it's much as it was last year, but that's not a big problem. We've got a lovely big sink, loads of worktop and a worktop flap you can pop up if you need yet more. We've got a dual fuel hob, separate oven and grill, and then a pan drawer beneath beside the fridge, and a big cupboard that also contains the table, a cutlery drawer and a couple of shelves. On the other side of the van we've got a cupboard, a sideboard, a well-sited microwave at a good height, and of course all the sockets that you'll need for your TV, because it's the obvious place to place it. Beneath that there's a drawer and a cupboard too. It's in the lounge that you can really see the changes to the Lexon for 2017. We still have a charcoal based theme to the soft furnishings, but gone are those very bold red striped curtains and cushions from last year. They've been replaced by a rather more grown up, more luxurious feeling fabric. I like these wraparound sofas, they're really inviting to sit back on and relax. But of course the biggest change is above and behind me. This plastic moulding incorporates a huge sky view roof light and the front window. And there are little spotlight downlighters all the way around, so it should be just as inviting at night. The sofas still make up into a double bed, not an enormous one it has to be said. As always with the transverse island bed layout, the sofas really are only roomy enough for 4. But instead of pulling out the slats beneath the front chest, instead you pull out bases from beneath the sofas, and the cushions slide down to meet each other. There are also still pull-down flaps beneath, so you can access all your gear in the bed boxes, even if there's someone sitting on the sofa. But I've saved the best till last. Do you remember at the beginning I said that Lunar didn't put sunroofs in its vans because they were worried about lounge storage? Well, clever old Lunar, they've actually thought about that once they put in a sunroof and come up with these really neat corner cupboards. They actually have a lot more storage space in them than you'd think, and they're a rather neat finisher, much better than an open shelf. And beneath there's this LED strip, which means there's a pleasant atmosphere in here at night with a warm glow. The 2016 Lexon was a pretty impressive van, but there's little doubt that that dramatic interior did divide opinions, and frankly it was starting to look a little bit dated. With this 2017 van, there hasn't been a vast amount of changes, but those that have been made have really made a difference. It looks better inside and out, and for a couple looking for luxury without too high a price tag, this 560 is really appealing.